Hello everyone, this is Oriel Moran coming to you guys for all Israel news from the Hostages Square in Tel Aviv, where it's quite a rainy day here, and yet still a lot of people are gathering today to receive the 6 hostages that are set to be released today. 4 of those hostages were taken captive on the 7th of October, 3 from the festival, the Nova Festival in Reim, 1 from Kibbutz Be'eri, and 2 actually were taken hostage 10 years ago. They both suffered from different mental illnesses, and they crossed the border voluntarily. Regarding the hostages that were taken a year and a half ago, the released hostages are telling us and giving us testimony of them being in a really dire condition. They are being starved, they're being tortured, they're chained, they're being kept in dark tunnels in really, really bad condition. And so we don't know in what condition we're going to receive them today. This hostage release comes on the back of the return of 4 of our hostages' bodies. One of them was Oded Lifshitz, who was stated to be taken into captivity from a kibbutz and murdered there in captivity. And of course, Shiri Bibas and her 2 children, Amiel and Kfir. What happened on that day is that they discovered here in Israel that one of the coffins was returned without the body of Shiri Bibas. It was actually replaced by a Gazan woman, an anonymous Gazan woman. Israel was completely taken aback by this. They said that this is a breach of the hostage deal, and Hamas was very quick to sort of correct their wrong, I guess because they also want this hostage deal to come through in exchange for their prisoners. So we're going to bring you guys all of the feelings of this really, really complex day. It's a very complicated deal. Well, a lot of people feel that they are not happy with this deal, and yet still many people believe that it's more important to bring the hostages back home, dead and alive, and then deal with Hamas later. So there's mixed feelings here in Israel about this, but what is for sure is that people have gathered here today to see this release because they have been fighting for these hostages for months and months and months on end, and today is no different. We are receiving 6 of our hostages here today. The hostages are being set to be released at 9 from 2 different locations, from Rafah and from Nusirat. The Red Cross is on their way to those 2 locations to transfer them to the IDF. When they are transferred to the IDF, they go to a place in Reim where it's their first contact with the Israeli officials apart from the IDF. From there, then they see if they need some kind of urgent medical attention. So we just had 2 hostages released. We had Tal Shoha and Avera Melisto. The feeling here when that happened is that everyone started cheering and clapping. Avera Mengistu has been there for over a decade. When he was taken out by Hamas, he was limping, and so you can tell that he's been in a really bad situation. And now everyone is continuing the celebration, waiting for 4 more hostages to return. So now they have been taken by the Red Cross on their way to be joined with the IDF. From there they will go to Reim, where there will be even medical attention. If they need some kind of emergency attention, then there will be a helicopter all the way to a hospital near them. If not, they will be greeted by their family at Reim. Now we're waiting for the 4 remaining hostages to be released from another location. Of course, there they have the same display of Hamas inviting all of the Gazans to see. On this stage, you can see they say, Bibi, al tilchatz shuv tiraga, propaganda with a message to Bibi saying, Bibi, don't pressure again, calm down. What's always disheartening to see is the amount of Gazans that go to see that spectacle, that display of the release of the hostages. And you see them cheering and putting on, happy celebratory music. The feeling that we have here is so different. We're celebrating the return of the hostages, and they are sort of celebrating their quote-unquote victory over Israel. The crowd has become very, very quiet. They've been waiting, since the morning for the hostages to be released. Till now, 2 hostages have been released, and now we're waiting for the remaining 4. We can even see here some of the families of the hostages that have already been released coming still to Hostages Square to show their support. I think this is an amazing gesture. When you think about the families of the hostages, they've been fighting together. They have all become like family. And so you can see them coming here. Even though their loved ones are already home, they support the families of the hostages and the hostages as if they were their own family. What we're experiencing now is another very long delay of the release of the 3 hostages, and you can really feel a lot of tension in the air. Everyone is very, very quiet and waiting. Here we have the first pictures of Rabbeinu back with his Spanish. You can definitely tell that the hostages that have returned are definitely much, much thinner than what they came in. A lot of these hostages are also wounded or they have chronic diseases. And so a lot of the families have been really, really concerned about their condition and whether or not they're okay and if they even survived. A wonderful day here at Hostages Square. And we want to say thank you to you guys, to our audience, for always being here, for praying for the return of the hostages. As always, if you want more Israel-related content, go to allisrael.com. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and hopefully we'll see you guys again with some very, very good news.